The Las Vegas Aces just leaked shocking details about Oja Wilson, and it has fans questioning whether the league's most dominant star is being undervalued even as rookies like Caitlin Clark cash in on multi-million-dollar deals. From contract secrets to favoritism debates to Nike scrambling under pressure, this story is bigger than basketball. It's about who the WNBA really values most. Oja Wilson is on top of the world. 3 MVPs, a championship pedigree, and a season so historic she became the first player to score over 1,000 points while sweeping all 61 first-place MVP votes. She should be untouchable. But instead of celebrating, shocking leaks about her contract and treatment within the league are raising serious questions. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, a rookie who just entered the league, is pulling endorsements, headlines, and deals that even Wilson hasn't had. This isn't just a rivalry between two stars. It's a turning point for the entire WNBA, and Oja Wilson is dominating the game like no one else. Back-to-back MVPs weren't enough. She went for 3 straight, her stat lines broke records. Her leadership kept the Aces at the top of the league, and her unanimous MVP win proved that everyone, media, fans, and coaches alike, see her as the best player alive. But behind the awards and headlines, a major problem is brewing. She's still not being compensated like the face of the WNBA. When her contract details leaked, fans were stunned. Wilson is only making $200,000 per season, $400K total over 2 years. That's pennies compared to what she's worth. This is the same player filling arenas, lifting trophies, and putting her franchise on the map. The contract revelation sparked outrage, with people asking, why is the most dominant player in the game underpaid while others are being pushed into multi-million-dollar endorsements? Here's the twist. The WNBA salary cap is expected to rise to $1.5 million in 2025. Wilson is set to be one of the first stars to cash in. But the timing feels off. Why now? Why after years of Wilson carrying the league? Fans can't shake the feeling that she was undervalued during her prime, only to be offered a payday after younger stars had already claimed the spotlight. Wilson herself has dropped hints about league agendas and favoritism. And those comments sent shockwaves. Because let's be real, when fans hear favoritism in the WNBA, the conversation always comes back to one name: Caitlin Clark. Wilson is the MVP, but Clark is the marketing machine. Is the league intentionally propping up one player while undervaluing another? Caitlin Clark has been a sensation since day one. She shattered rookie records, logged multiple triple-doubles, and secured Rookie of the Year. But what really shook the league was her off-court power. An 8-year, $28 million Nike deal, her own signature shoe, and the ability to sell out arenas coast to coast. Wilson had to dominate for years to be recognized, while Clark became the face of women's basketball overnight. That's where the controversy gets messy. Many argue that Clark's meteoric rise highlights double standards. Wilson, a black superstar with years of dominance, fought for every ounce of recognition. Clark, who is white and fresh out of college, received marketing deals instantly. Fans point out the uncomfortable truth. The WNBA may be rewarding marketability over merit. Nike felt the heat too. When they launched Clark's signature deal, backlash was immediate. Why hadn't Wilson, the reigning MVP and champion, gotten the same treatment? Reports now suggest Nike scrambled to make things right, finally promising Wilson her own signature shoe to calm the storm. But the damage was done. Instead of celebrating 2 stars equally, Nike looked reactive and exposed. While all this drama unfolds, Wilson's team is shifting. Kate Martin, a rising fan favorite, shocked many by leaving for the Golden State Valkyries. Other veterans like Kelsey Plum and Alicia Clark face uncertain futures. The dynasty Oja helped build is starting to crack, meaning her legacy might soon depend on how much she can carry on her own. For all her hype, Caitlin Clark is still learning what it means to win at the pro level. Indiana has had back-to-back #1 draft picks, which proves they've been near the bottom of the standings. Clark can't flip that overnight, no matter how bright her star shines. The Fever may be selling tickets, but Wilson is still hoisting trophies. That difference matters. The favoritism conversation took another turn when accusations of racism emerged. Critics argue that black athletes like Wilson have had to fight harder for recognition while white stars like Clark are elevated instantly. It's an ugly debate, but one that has lingered in women's basketball for years. Clark herself has stayed silent, focusing on the game, but the tension is real and growing. One thing about Caitlin Clark, she doesn't fire back. Even with legends like Cheryl Swoops questioning her ability to dominate as a pro, she stayed quiet and let her game do the talking. That silence is powerful, but it also fuels the perception that the league protects her from the criticism that veterans like Wilson and others have had to face head-on. Wilson, meanwhile, has been direct. In her MVP speech, she reminded fans and teammates that her achievements mean nothing without the collective fight and that her worth, and by extension, every player's worth, goes beyond trophies. Her words weren't just about basketball. They were about respect, equality, and recognition in a league that sometimes feels like it overlooks its best player. When insiders revealed that Nike would now give Wilson a signature shoe after the backlash, it was clear. Wilson's voice matters. Fans demanded she be treated fairly, and the brand couldn't afford to ignore her. But instead of being a triumph, it raised another uncomfortable truth. Why did it take public outrage for a three-time MVP to be treated like the face of the sport? Wilson's contract and Clark's endorsements raise a bigger issue. Is the WNBA valuing individual marketability over team success? Clark is bringing in fans, no doubt, but Wilson is the one winning championships. The question is whether the league wants a flashy face for the brand, or whether it will finally reward the players who deliver on the court. This saga isn't just about Wilson or Clark. It's about the direction of the WNBA itself. Will the league prioritize the best talent or the biggest draw? Can it balance both without alienating its stars? And with player movement, endorsement wars, and social media narratives shaping the league more than ever, A'ja Wilson has the rings, the MVPs, and the dominance. Caitlin Clark has the endorsements, the headlines, and the spotlight. Together, they represent two very different sides of what the league values. And after these leaks, the question isn't just about who's the best, it's about who the WNBA is truly building its future around. So what do you think? Should A'ja Wilson be the highest paid player in the WNBA? Or is Caitlin Clark's off-court value too powerful to ignore? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're fired up about this drama, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and don't miss our next breakdown.